All right, welcome. So today we're going to learn about the basic proportions of the human face. So I start with kind of an egg shape, and I keep in mind that I might change that later. I don't want to obsess too much on it, that's why I just leave it open to changing it later. Once I get the basic egg shape, I'm going to draw the eyes halfway down that egg shape, which is going to be a little bit what you're not used to, most likely, because a lot of times we put the eyes a little higher. But yep, I am going to go exactly, after I adjust my camera here, exactly halfway down the face. And the eyes should be about an eye width apart from each other. So in between your eyes should be a space about the size of your eyes. Now keep in mind, if you're actually looking at someone, one eye is most likely going to be closer to the edge of the head than the other, because most of the time the head is tilted slightly. So keep in mind that you might have to tilt that whole egg shape, and if you tilt the whole egg shape, you're going to have to tilt all the features at the same angle. But for this exercise, we've got it going straight on. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of eye shapes. Now I am looking at a picture of a face as I do this, because it's really important to look at something and not just draw from our memory. I'm going to put in circles for the irises, but I'm not going to make those circles show all the way, because most of the time our iris, or the colored part of our eye, is covered by our eyelid. I'm also going to draw a very small line for the lid, the eyelid, and I'm not going to really draw anything more for the eyelashes than shadows, because a face this small, that's really all you're going to see. Halfway between the eyes and the chin is going to be our nose. So the nose I like to think of as a set of parentheses, and then we really want to study the nostrils of the person that we're drawing, because nostrils are not two big black circles like I'm going to draw here as a joke and then erase. Okay, that looks like Voldemort. I'm going to erase those, and I'm going to actually look at a picture of a person, and it's more like a line, and mostly it's shadows. So the nose is going to always be kind of a series of shadows. Otherwise, it's going to look a little bit off. So you'll see me go back in and shade that nose later. There's also a little bump in the middle. That is kind of the bridge of our nose. And usually there's going to be a nice highlight on the tip of that. So it's going to be a little darker around the edges. I'm never going to draw a line up the side. Maybe with the side of my pencil, I'll gently put in a shadow, and you'll see I kind of rub it in there a little bit, just to define that bridge of the nose. But if we have a harsh line, it's going to look very strange. Halfway between the nose and the chin is going to be my mouth, and that line in the middle of the mouth is going to be the most defining line, the darkest line. The bottom lip is going to have a little bit of a highlight. Again, each person that you draw is going to have different lips. Some people have thin lips, some people have very full lips. It all just depends on genetics and yeah, I guess genetics. So, I mean, maybe collagen. I don't, but anyways, the top lip, same thing. Look, is it thin? Is it thick? Usually the top lip is going to be darker, and the bottom lip is going to have your highlight, and then there's going to be a shadow under that bottom lip for the most part. So now I'm going to reshape the face, looking especially around the chin to see what that actually looks like. I might need to shave off a little bit of the side and put that in now that I have something to compare it to. The ear goes between the top of the eye and the bottom of the nose. Might seem a little bit big. It's kind of like a C shape or a backwards C shape. They're kind of like little cuffs on the head. Again, sometimes you may not see one ear or the other ear. And if the person's not bald, your hair is going to go up above that hairline. First, I put in a couple eyebrows. I do those really light, and I try to draw them individually, one hair at a time. So now I'm going to go put my hair in. I'm just kind of looking at my own hairdo for this. Like I said, if you're not bald, the hair is going to come above that line and around the ears. If you are, then you still might see a hairline that you would draw on the head. But I'm just going to look at my part. I'm going to measure the angle with my pencil, and then I'm going to be getting pretty close to being done. Now the neck comes down at the edge of my eye, so if I go straight down from the edge of the eye and come down, that's a pretty good indicator of where the neck might go. So that's my basic facial proportions. Of course, I'm Miss Widman, so I like to play. So after you guys leave the meeting, I feel like shading a little bit and adding a little bit of watercolor to this. So you'll see me quickly move my pencil and use the side of that pencil to put in highlights and shadows. And after I do that, I might rub a few pieces, then put a little bit of watercolor in, and now I'm done. Thanks for joining me. Bye.
The day that someone would rescue me, looking for someone who'd be the moon to my stars. Why does love always have to be this hard? It's got me feeling like looking for someone who can really turn me on. Then I met you. Now I'm down to earth and salt and clear next to you. All my problems disappear, waiting for you. In light years, I met you. Been looking for someone who can really turn